Hello my dear students, myself Dr. Pitambar Humne, founder Botany for You and working as Associate Professor and Head Department of Botany, Dharampet MP Dev Memorial Science College, Nagpur, Maharashtra, India. I welcome you all in this online platform for the students of Life Sciences Botany for You. Friends, if you are new or not yet subscribed our YouTube channel, then kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You. If you would like to associate with us through the Telegram group, then the link is given in the description as well as in the comment box. Through it, you can join the Telegram group. Today, we will see the MCQ type of questions based on semester 4 paper 2, that is genetics and molecular biology, prescribed by RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. Many lectures are also available on our YouTube channel on this paper, so that you can go through that lectures also. So first of all, let's see the syllabus of this first unit of the paper 2 for semester 4. In this unit, it includes, that is, Mendelism, means the work which is carried out by the Mendel, who is popularly known as father of genetics. This includes the law of inheritance, which include the two laws, that is law of segregation and law of independent assortment. We should remember or learn the statement of both these laws. Second topic is gene interaction or the interaction of gene. Then allelic interaction, which includes the incomplete dominance having the ratio, that is 1:2:1, and the example is Mirabilis chelapa, that is 4 o'clock plant. Second interaction is the non-allelic interaction, which includes two examples, one from complementary gene interaction and second one as a dominant epistasis. The ratio for the complementary gene is 9:7, while the dominant epistasis, the ratio is 12:3:1. If you want to learn about how to remember all these ratios of the epistatic gene interaction, then the separate lecture is also available on the YouTube channel. The third topic in the unit is linkage, which include the definition, then theory of linkage, that is the coupling and repulsion theory, then type of complete and incomplete linkage, then significance of the linkage. So today we will see the different MCQ type of the questions, that is 60 MCQs based on this unit of the paper 2, that is genetics and molecular biology. So let's see the different MCQs in this lecture. The first question, that is the tendencies of an offspring to resemble its parents is called as. Whenever we are talking about the transmission of the characters from one generation to the another, means transmission of the characters from the parents to their offspring, and on the basis of that there will be the resemblance of the offspring with their parents, and such type of the transmission of the characters from the parents to their offspring, and that is known as the heredity, and hence the correct answer for this question is heredity. Then the second one, that is a pair of allele is brought together in a hybrid, then members of allelic pair remain together without mixing with each other and separate or segregate at the time of gamete formation. This statement belongs to. So this is the statement of law of segregation, and the law of segregation is also known as law of purity of gametes or it is also known as universal law. So we can provide the answer in the form of either law of segregation, law of purity of gametes, or the universal law. And hence the correct answer for this question is law of purity of gametes. While if you see the statement of law of independent assortment, then it becomes as when the parents differ in two or more characters are crossed, then the inheritance of one character is independent to that of the other. This is the statement for the law of independent assortment. While whenever we are talking about the dominance, dominance is nothing but the phenomena on not the law. That the character when express itself in the one generation, that is known as the dominant one. The third one, that is the alternate forms of gene, is called as. If you see the alternate forms of the gene, say for example, if this is a pair of homologous chromosome and on the one chromosome there is a one gene and at the same locus there is a another gene. Say for example, this is a capital A, this is small a, or even the capital A or even the small a on both the sides. So this pair, that is the capital A or capital A or small a, all these are becomes the alleles, means A is alleles of another A. So in this way these are alleles of each other. So we can say that it is a allele, but this allele is also known as the allelomorph, and hence our answer becomes both A and B for this question. Which of the following statements is true regarding the law of segregation? As we have seen earlier that when a pair of allele is brought together in a hybrid, then members of allelic pair remain together without mixing with each other and separate or segregate at the time of the gamete formation. Say for example, if capital T, that is tall plant, is crossed with the dwarf plant small t, having the gamete, that is the capital T containing and here the small t containing, and they are crossed, that is the capital T and small t. So here a pair of allele is brought together in a hybrid, then members of allelic pair remain together without mixing with each other, and when it will form the gametes, here they will separate from each other. This is actually the law of segregation, which is also known as the law of purity of the gamete or the universal law. So the first one, that is the law of segregation, is the law of purity of gametes, that we have already seen that it is the correct one. Then alleles separate from each other during the gametogenesis, that is the gamete formation. So here there is a formation of the gametes and the alleles are separated from each other, that is also the correct one. Then segregation of the factors is due to the segregation of the chromosome. So when we are talking about this pair, actually it is present on the homologous chromosomes. And when we are talking about the meiosis, which is carried out at the time of the gamete formation, so here the capital T is present on the one chromosome and small t on the another chromosome. So when these alleles separate from each other, actually these chromosomes are separated from each other, and hence it is nothing but the segregation of the chromosomes, and hence it is also the correct statement. Hence all these three statements which are given here, they are correct, and all the above become the answer for this question. An exception to Mendel's law is, as we have already seen, the law of segregation is a universal, hence there is no exception for it. So the law of purity of gametes is not here. If you see the independent assortment, so independent assortment is possible only because they were present on the separate chromosome. But if these genes which were separate at the time of the transmission of character from one generation to another, it is only possible due to their presence on the different chromosome. But if they are present on the same chromosome, it is not possible to separate such type of the characters. And if they are present on the same chromosome, we can say that they are linked with each other. So for example, if here this is a one chromosome and here there are the different genes. So all these genes which are present on the same chromosome, they remain together in the subsequent generations. Such genes which are present on the same chromosome, they are known as the linked genes. And if the genes are linked, then automatically there will not be the independent assortment, and hence as the linkage is the exception to the Mendel's law, that is a independent assortment. Pea plant were used in Mendel's experiment because why Mendel has been selected the pea plant? There are the many characters. So they were cheap? No, it is wrong one. Then they had contrasting characters, that is the correct statement. Mendel has been chosen these 7 pairs of contrasting characters to carry out these different experiments. Then they were easily available. This is also not the reason, and hence the correct answer for this question becomes that they had the contrasting pair of characters. Then Mendel's findings were rediscovered by, if you know the history of the Mendelism, then you will find that after death of the Mendel, after 35 years, the 3 different scientists from the different countries rediscovered the Mendel's work in his name, and they were the Karl Korens, Hugo de Vries and the Schermer. So these were working on the inheritance pattern, but they found the result which were already discovered by the Mendel, and hence they rediscovered the Mendel's work, and from then we know the Mendel as a father of genetics, and hence all the above become the answer for this question. The 2 or more similar or contrasting pair of character present on the homologous chromosomes on corresponding loci is called as. So if we see this definition, it is known as allele, and the another name for the allele is allelomorph, and hence the correct answer for this question is allelomorph. So you should remember this definition of the alleles or allelomorph. In a simple way, we can directly say that alternating forms of the gene, that is known as the alleles or the allelomorph. But if in a real sense, if you want to know the correct meaning of the allele or the allelomorph, then this is the right definition. Then when the activity of one gene is suppressed by activity of non-allelic gene, it is known as. What is actually the non-allele and the allele? Say for example, if we have to draw here a pair of homologous chromosome, if according to the above definition, that is 2 or more similar or contrasting pair of character present on the homologous chromosome on corresponding loci, that means this is the position. And whatever the genes here, capital T or capital T, even the small t. So these are known as the alleles of each other. But if the gene is present at this another location, say for example here the capital R or even the small. So if we compare these two, then it becomes non-alleles to each other. If we see the activity of one gene is suppressed by the activity of the non-allelic gene, it is known as. So such type of the interaction is known as the epistatic gene interaction, and hence the epistasis will be the correct answer for this question. The ratio 9:7 in F2 generation represents. So if you see the 9:7 ratio, that is actually the modification of 9:3:3:1. So this is actually the modification into 9:7. So here these 3 they combine together forming this same phenotype, and such a type is known as the duplicate recessive gene, and the duplicate recessive gene is also known as the complementary gene interaction, and hence the correct answer for this one is a complementary gene interaction. If you see the incomplete dominance, the ratio is 1:2:1. Then dominant epistasis, it having the ratio 12:3:1, while the duplicate gene interaction having the ratio 9:6:1. So I can remember all these ratios easily because there is a trick to remember all these ratios of the epistasis, and for this I already told you there is a availability of one lecture how to remember the epistatic gene ratio, so that you can go through and can know easily all the ratios. If a plant with the genotype capital A, capital B, small b is self-fertilized, the probability of getting capital A, capital B genotype will be, and A and B are not linked, means there will the possibility of the segregation, separation or independent assortment. So if you see this capital A and capital B, first of all we can say that capital A, capital B, small b, they will form the four different type of the gametes, that is the capital A, capital B, capital A, small b, small a, capital B and small a, small b. So four gametes are there, so 4 square is equal to total 16 offsprings will be formed. So 1/16 will be the correct answer for this question. So here the 1/16, and only the first in the checkerboard, that this one will be the capital A, capital B, and hence the 1/16 will be the correct answer for this question. How many types of gametes will be formed by genotype capital A, capital B, small b, capital C, capital D, small d and capital E, Whatever the number of alleles or the allelic pairs, we can easily find out the total number of the gametes which are formed by it. So now we can make it in the form of the pair, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 pairs of the alleles are present here, of which both are the same, hence 1 type, 2 type, 2 type, 2 type and 1 type. So we can easily multiply it, all these things. So the total multiplication becomes now the 8. So the correct answer becomes the 8. So we can say that if again there is a homozygous condition for all the alleles, there will be 1 into 1 into 1 etc. So only one type of the gamete will be formed. But if there will the heterozygous type of the condition, the number of gametes which are formed by that particular genotype will be different, and that can be easily identified with the help of this simple method or the trick. Law of segregation is also known as we have seen earlier, the law of segregation is also known as the law of purity of the gamete, and it is also known as the universal law, and hence the correct answer for this question, and that is both A and B. The geometrical device that help to find out all the possible combinations of male and female gametes is known as in the crosses we have seen several times such type of the condition in which we know the male gametes and female gamete, capital T, small t, capital T and small t. So such a type of the geometrical device that is known as the Punnett square, and hence it is the correct answer. Then match the following pairs. Here on the left side there are the characters, and on the right side there is a ratio. As we have seen earlier that the complementary gene interaction having the ratio that is 9:7. Law of independent assortment, in which the F2 generation is found to be in a 9:3:3:1, that is the dihybrid phenotypic ratio. Then incomplete dominance, that already I told you, it is 1:2:1. In the incomplete dominance, the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio both are the same, while the dominant epistasis, and it is the 12:9 3:1. So in this way we can make all the pairs correctly. Mendel believed that the characteristics of pea plant are determined by the. So if we see the characteristics of the pea plant, then it is the inheritance of units or the factors from both the parents. Mendel found that here there is a transmission of characters from one generation to the other by both the parents, means there is an involvement of both the parents, and hence it is the correct answer for this question. Even the inheritance of unit or the factor from one parent, this is wrong one. Then relative health of the one of the parent, and this is also the wrong one. The next one, that is an allele is, if we see the allele, earlier we have seen that alternating forms of the gene is also known as the allele, as well as when two or more similar or contrasting pairs of character present on the homologous chromosomes on corresponding loci, that is also known as the alleles or the allelomorph. And hence another word for the gene, it is wrong one. It is not the gene, it is the alternating forms of the gene. Then homozygous genotype, this is also wrong one. Then heterozygous genotype, this is also the wrong one because it is not the allele. Then one of the several possible forms of the gene, alternating forms of the gene, that is known as the allele, and hence it is the correct answer for this question. Then phenotype refers to the, whenever we are talking about the genotype and the phenotype, the genotype is known as the genetic constitution and the phenotype is known as the external appearance of an organism, and hence here the phenotype is nothing but the external appearance of an organism, and hence it is the correct answer. When the genotype consists of a dominant and recessive allele, the phenotype will be like. Earlier we have seen the example, that is the tall plant having the genotype capital T and the dwarf plant having the genotype small t. They will form the gametes, that is the tall plant will form the gametes containing the capital T and dwarf plant will form the gametes containing the small t. So there will the combination of both these gametes forming the F1 generation, and this F1 generation, as per the Mendel's laws, here it is a tall one. So in which here the one gene or the one factor or the allele is for the tall and another is for the dwarf, but then also the phenotype is of the tall, and hence the phenotype will be like the allele, that is a dominant allele. So here the phenotype is of the tall one, and hence it belongs to the dominant gene. The law of independent assortment is possible because, as earlier we have seen, the 7 pairs of contrasting characters which were chosen by the Mendel, they were present on the separate chromosomes, and because of that there is a possibility of the law of independent assortment. If the genes are linked with each other, then it is not possible of the possibility of the law of independent assortment, and hence the genes present on separate chromosome is the correct reason for the law of independent assortment. After cross fertilization of true breeding tall and dwarf plant, that is capital T and small t, the F1 generation was sulfed, that is F1 generation, this one which is sulfed. The F2 plants have the genotype in the ratio. So if we see the F2 generation, we will have the genotype capital T, small t and small t. So this will be the 1, this will be the 2 and this will be the 1. So 1 is to 2 is to 1, of which first one is the homozygous tall, second, that is the 2 are the heterozygous tall, and last one is the homozygous dwarf, and hence 1 is to 2 is to 1, that is homozygous tall, heterozygous tall and dwarf That is the correct answer for this question. Then which of the following characteristics of pea plant was not used by the Mendel in his experiment? For this, there is need to remember to learn all the 7 pairs of contrasting characters, of which here the seed color is taken into the consideration, seed shape is also taken into the consideration, then pod length is a quantitative character and this is not taken into the consideration by Mendel in his experiment. Then flower position, that is the terminal and the axillary, this is also were considered by the Mendel and hence here not used by the Mendel and that is the pod length and hence it is correct answer. The Mendel took contrasting pairs of characters of the pea plant. Already we have about known that the 7 pairs of contrasting characters were considered by the Mendel for his experiments. If both genotypic and phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1 in F2 generation, it shows, earlier we have seen that the incomplete dominance that is of the monohybrid cross and that is having the genotypic ratio and the phenotypic ratio both are the same and hence incomplete dominance in the monohybrid cross is the correct answer for this question. The complete dominance in monohybrid cross having the phenotypic ratio that is 3:1 and the genotypic ratio 1:2:1. In a dihybrid cross, the phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1 while the genotypic ratio is 1:2:2:4:2:1:2:1:2:1. So in this way we can say that only the 1:2:1 genotypic and the phenotypic ratio is present in the incomplete dominance in the monohybrid cross. Then lack of independent assortment of 2 genes is due to. If we see, if the genes which are present on the chromosome, then they will inherit together. So such a type of the genes which are present on the same chromosome, they are known as the linked genes and if the genes are linked, there will not be the independent assortment and hence the linkage becomes the correct answer for this question. The genes for the 7 pairs of contrasting characters chosen by Mendel are located on, earlier we have seen they were present on the separate chromosome. If 7 pairs of contrasting characters are there, then no doubt they will be present on the 7 pairs of homologous chromosomes and hence the 7 pairs of homologous chromosome is the correct answer for this question. Then tendency of offspring to differ from parents is known as. In earlier question we have seen the tendency of the offspring to resemble with the parent, that is known as the heredity. But if there is a difference or the dissimilarities among the parents and their offspring or the offsprings of the same parent, then this is known as the variation. So such type of the difference is because of the 2 things, one by the genetic reasons, that is the crossing over, and second one, that is the environmental variation. So the correct answer for this question becomes the variation. Then match the following pairs. First one, that is the Mirabilis jalapa, second one Pisum sativum, then Cucurbita pepo, that is also known as the summer squash, and the Lathyrus odoratus. So the Mirabilis jalapa were taken for the incomplete dominance, red color crossed with the white color forming the pink colored plant. Then Pisum sativum, yellow color of the cotyledon with the round seed and wrinkled and the green. So that example is taken into the consideration by the Mendel in the law of independent assortment. Then Lathyrus odoratus were taken as an example for the complementary gene interaction, white color and the pink or the red color of the flower. Then the Cucurbita pepo, that is the fruit color, is taken as an example in the dominant epistasis. The next question, that is match the following pairs again. That is the Mirabilis jalapa, Pisum sativum, Cucurbita pepo and Lathyrus odoratus. The same question is being repeated here, only instead of the characteristics here there are the ratios, and the same condition is given here. That is the Mirabilis jalapa, that is the incomplete dominance having the ratio 1:2:1. Pisum sativum, that is taken as a independent assortment having the ratio 9:3:3:1. Cucurbita pepo, that is taken as an example for the dominant epistasis having the ratio 12:3:1, and Lathyrus odoratus taken as an example for the complementary gene, that is the ratio is 9:7. So in this way we can correctly pair the characters also as well as the ratios also. The number of types of gametes produced by homozygous individual is, keep in mind, whenever there will be the word that is homozygous condition, always the type of the gamete will be formed by that genotype, and that is the one. Say for example, if capital T is there, there will the formation of one type of the gamete. If small t is there, there will the formation of the same again one type of the gamete. If capital Y, capital R, again it will form the one type of the gamete, that is capital Y, capital R containing. So whatever the number of pair of the alleles, there will the formation of the one type of the gametes if there is a homozygous condition, and hence the one is correct answer for this question. The phenomena of two or more than two genes affecting the expression of each other is called as. So whenever there is any masking effect or the complementary or the supplementary effect of the genes, such a type of the interaction is known as the gene interaction. The crossing over is the different process, linkage is also the different process, and pairing is also the different process. Then what is epistasis? So when we are talking about the epistasis, that when the one gene masks the activity of another gene located on another chromosome or same chromosome at another locus, that is known as the epistasis, and hence it is the masking or modifying gene effect, and hence it is the correct answer. As we have known about the linkage, when they are present on the same chromosome, they are known as the linked genes. Pair of chromosomes, that is homologous chromosome, they are known as a pair of chromosome, and the group genes means the total number of the genes which are present on each chromosome, they are the group genes. Then the phenomena of incomplete dominance was observed by, we must remember the name of such a scientist or the discoveries, and this phenomena of the incomplete dominance were discovered by the Carl Porans. In dihybrid cross, F2 progeny from the cross, that is the capital A, capital B, and small a, small b, the genotype that is capital A, capital B, capital A, capital B, small b, capital A, capital B, and small a, small b. When there are all capital or all small, there is only one organism out of the 16. So one in the first and the last, we have these two options. So these two are the wrong one. And if you cross completely, you will find that these two organisms in two number, or the two genotypes in the two number each, and hence the ratio becomes 1:2, 2:2, 2:1. So this is the correct option, that is the C. How many types of gametes does a monoallelic heterozygous plant produce? So, how many types of gametes does monoallelic heterozygy? Monoallelic means the single pair of the allele. Say for example, capital T, or capital T, or small t, small t. This is the monoallelic. But when heterozygous, then one capital, another is the small. And if we see the homozygous, then the homozygous becomes capital T, or small t, small t. So if there is a monoallelic condition and the heterozygous, there will the formation of one gamete containing the capital T and another gamete containing the small t. So there will the formation of two gametes, and hence here the 2 becomes the correct answer. Then epistasis was discovered by, again we have to remember the name of the scientist who discovered the epistasis, and that is the Schill. The phenomena in which an allele of one gene suppress the activity of an allele of another gene is known as, earlier we have seen that when there is an action of one gene on the another gene which are located at the different position, then the one gene, this is known as the epistatic, and the masking gene, say for example the B, here it will be the hypostatic. So this one is the hypostatic and this one is the epistatic. So here the phenomena in which an allele of one gene suppress the activity of an allele of another gene is known as, so it is known as the epistatic gene, and hence it is known as the epistasis. When red and the white flowered mirabilis are crossed, the pink hybrids occurs in F1 generation. This we have seen earlier in the incomplete dominance in the theory class. So if this pink hybrid is then crossed with the white, so the F2 will be, this is actually the test cross. And when we are talking about the test cross monohybrid ratio, it is 1:1, or even you can manually carry out, that is the capital R crossed with the small r. This is the red colored and this is the white colored. Capital R, small r, they combine together forming the capital R, small r. This is the red one. So it is crossed with the white, that is the small r. So here there will the formation of two gametes, that is the capital R containing and small r containing. Here there will the formation of one type of the gamete, that is the small r. So this is one combination and this is the another combination, that is the capital R and small r. So one will be the pink and this one will be the white. So in this way the ratio obtained, that is 1:1, one pink and one white, and hence it is the correct answer. In case of incomplete dominance in F2 generation, last time we have seen the incomplete dominance, the genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio both are the same, and hence the genotypic ratio is equal to the phenotypic ratio. So hence it is the correct answer for this question. In second filial generation, that is F2 generation, 9:3:3:1 ratio is replaced by 9:7 ratio, and that is due to, so this is the ratio as we have seen the duplicate recessive gene. So this duplicate recessive gene is known as the complementary gene interaction, and hence it is the correct answer. All these different ratio that belong to the epistatic gene, and hence it is correct one. So even the supplementary gene and the dominant epistatic gene, they have the different ratios. Then color of the summer squash is an example of dominant epistasis. So if we see the Cucurbita pepo, that is the summer squash, so here the fruit color is taken into the consideration for the epistatic interaction. So hence here the fruit color is a correct answer. Then alleles of different genes that are on the same chromosome can occasionally separated by the phenomena called as. If we see the chromosomes and if they are present on the same chromosome and here that can separate from each other only because of crossing over, and crossing over is nothing but the genetic recombination, and hence the correct answer for this one is a crossing over. Then this is the reason why Mendel did not recognize linkage phenomena in his experiment. As we have seen earlier, Mendel has chosen the 7 pairs of contrasting characters, and all these 7 pairs of contrasting characters were present on the separate chromosomes, and hence these characters he studied were situated on the different or the separate chromosome, and because of that he was unable to recognize linkage in the characters in the pea plant. The tendency of 2 or more genes to stay together during inheritance is known as we have seen earlier, the total number of the genes which are present on each chromosome, they will be remain together for the subsequent generations, and hence if these genes are present on the same chromosome, then it is known as the linked genes, and this phenomena of the transmission is known as the linkage. Then which of the following statement is not true regarding linkage group? If we see the linkage group, it is the physically linked genes because they are present on the chromosome, hence it is the correct one. Then it represents a haploid number of chromosomes. Say for example, if there are the 7 pairs of contrasting pairs of character, or the 7 is equal to the n and the 14 is equal to the 2n in case of the pea plant. So linkage group will be equal to the haploid chromosome number, and hence the haploid number of chromosome is also the correct one. Then shown by the linkage map. Even this group can be shown by the linkage map, and hence all these 3 statements are the correct with respect to the linkage group, and hence none of the above is not true. The failure in which of the following phenomena would result in linkage? So if we see the linkage, then there will not be any effect on the dominant and the recessiveness of the characters, because dominant means nothing but the transmission of the characters in the next generation, or the character which express itself in the F1 generation. Then segregation is a universal phenomena. It is not affected by any other things, because always there is a possibility of the separation of the alleles from each other at the time of the gamete formation or the gametogenesis. But here the independent assortment is only possible to the characters which are present on the separate chromosomes. If these characters are present on the same chromosome, then there will not be the independent assortment, and hence the independent assortment will be affected. Then coupling and repulsion are the 2 phases of. If we see the coupling and the repulsion theory, then the coupling and the repulsion theory indicates the linkage of the genes or the alleles. The percentage of crossing over will be more if we see the crossing over, it is only possible if the genes are present away from each other. Say for example, this is the chromosome on which if the genes are present close to each other, in such a cases they will not separate from each other. But if the genes which are present on the chromosome and they are away from each other, and in such a cases here there is a possibility of the separation of the chromosomes from each other, and hence we can say that the linked genes are located far apart from each other. So then only the percentage of the crossing over will be more. If the genes located are close, there will not be the increase in the crossing over. Genes are not linked, then there is no question arise. Then genes are located in the different cell, no question arise. And hence the correct answer for this question is the A. The genes on the same chromosome separates from each other in one or two generation is called as we know, the linkage is classified into the two types, that is complete linkage and the incomplete linkage. If the genes, say for example A and B, they remain together for several generations, so such a type of the linkage is known as the complete linkage. And if, say for example, the gene C and the gene D, if they separate from each other in one or two generation, then it is known as the incomplete linkage. And hence the correct answer for this question will be the incomplete linkage. The scientists who have given the theory of linkage are, again the name of the scientist we should remember that the Morgan and Castle who has given this theory of the linkage. Then linkage decreases the frequency of. So if we see the linkage, there will be the decrease in the hybrids because the genes which are present on the chromosome, they remain together forever, and hence the frequency of the hybrid will be decreases if there is a linkage among the genes. The number of linkage groups in Pisum sativum are, as we have seen, in Pisum sativum the n is equal to the 7 and 2n is equal to the 14, and the linkage groups are equal to the haploid number of chromosomes, and haploid number of chromosome is a 7-1, and hence the 7 is the correct answer. The phenomena of coupling and repulsion was explained by, again we should remember this name, that is the Batson and Punnett who has been proposed this theory, that is the coupling and repulsion theory. Then which of the following ratio shows the coupling among the characters? When you have to study the coupling and the repulsion, it means that if the two dominant characters or the alleles or two recessive characters or the two recessive alleles, they enter in the same generation, then it is known as the coupling. And when the two dominant or the two recessive alleles, they repel each other, then it is known as the repulsion. So if we see the dihybrid ratio, that is the 9:3:3:1. So these both characters are dominant. First character is dominant, second one is recessive. First is the recessive, second one is the dominant, and both are the recessive. In the similar manner, we have to write here the 1:7:7:1 or 7:1:1:7. So here the coupling means two dominant characters or two recessive characters, they come close to each other, and hence the maximum number is found for the dominant and the recessive is 7:1:1:7, and hence it is for the coupling, and 1:7:7:1, this is for the repulsion, and hence the correct answer for this question is 7:1:1:7. The coupling and repulsion was studied in. So if you see the coupling and repulsion example that is given, and that is for the Lathyrus odoratus, and we should remember this example. Then match the following pairs, as the complementary interaction is 9:7. Then dominant epistasis, that is 12:3:1. Then coupling, as earlier we have seen, 7:1:1:7, and the repulsion, that is 1:7:7:1, and hence they are correctly paired on the basis of the ratios also. Then the linkage, as the distance between the two genes. If we see this one, the linkage, if decreases, again the distance of the two genes increases, and hence here the C is the correct answer for this question. The linkage results in, if we see the linkage, then formation of more dominant phenotype. There is no any relation of the dominant and the recessiveness in the linkage. Then formation of the more wild phenotype, this has also the no any relation with the linkage. Then formation of more parental phenotype, because the genes which are present on the same chromosome, they will be remain together, and hence their similarity with the parents will be there, and hence it is the correct one. Then formation of more recombinant phenotype. If there is a linkage, there is a less possibility of the crossing over, and hence the recombination will be less, and hence the correct answer for this one is the C. Then if you suddenly observe the linkage between two genes that are present in the two chromosomes. Say for example, if this is a one chromosome and if this is a another chromosome, here this is the different genes which are present on the two different chromosomes, and if these two genes later on found together, it means that there is a transfer of part of the chromosome from one to the other, and such a type of the transport of the part of the chromosome from one chromosome to the another, and that is known as the translocation, and hence we can say that here the B is the correct answer for this question. Then which of the following statement is correct? That is, first one, the linked genes can be separated by crossing over, that we know. There is a possibility of the separation of the linked genes if they are far away from each other or they are distantly placed. Then the two genes are strongly linked if they have closed gene loci. If the distance will be the less in between the genes, they will not separate from each other even by the crossing over, and hence this is also the correct one. Then a chromosome carries its linked genes on en bloc, means together in the form of linkage group, as each chromosome is known as the one linkage group, and the total number of the genes which are present on that chromosome, they will be inherit together, that is known as the en bloc, and this is also the correct one, and hence all these three statements are the correct, and hence all the above become the answer for this question. So friends, I am very much hopeful and confident that all these 60 questions will be helpful to you in preparation of your examination, which is conducted by the university online. So thank you very much for listening of this complete lecture. If you like this lecture, then kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel, and also press bell icon for the alerts of every lecture to be uploaded on different life sciences titles. And don't forget to join with us through the Telegram group given in the description as well as the comments. Thanks a lot once again.